Ferriss. Whether from business, science, chess, it doesn't really matter. What we're looking for are
habits, routines, thought patterns, frameworks, etc., that you can hopefully ponder and test and apply in your own lives. And my guest today, and I'm going to massacre this name, but I will do my best, is Dr. Vivek Murthy. Dr. Murthy served as the 19th Surgeon General of the United States between 2014 and 2017. As the Vice Admiral of the U.S. Public Health Service Commissioned Corps, he commanded a uniformed service of 6,600 public health officers globally. During his tenure, Dr. Murthy launched the Turn the Tide campaign, catalyzing a movement among health professionals to address the nation's opioid crisis. Dr. Murthy, welcome to the show.
Thanks so much, Tim. It's great to be on with you.
I have really enjoyed getting to know you over the last handful of years, and I thought we should start with how to pronounce your name properly. And I know we had a warm-up. We had a warm-up pre-recording, but perhaps you could describe how you have trained people to say your name in the past.
I'm happy to. Well, there were many years where I just gave up and didn't correct people, but when I was in business school, I started teaching people to say my name the following way. It's spelled V-I-V-E-K, and the V-I is pronounced like the V-I in Victor, and the V-E-K is pronounced Vake. So that's what I used to tell people, but instead of calling me Vivek, they just called me Victor Lake for the next 2 years. So much for that.
Well, we have a lot that we can explore, and a lot we will explore, and I thought we could start with loneliness, and that is certainly a perennial topic. This is something that I have struggled with personally over decades, certainly struggled with as a kid. This is something that also many people are acutely struggling with because of SARS-CoV-2, COVID-19 at the moment. And we'll have time to talk about certainly COVID-19 and so on, and we'll dive into that. But I'd like to focus on loneliness first. And let's start at the beginning. Is this a topic of interest to you because it is something personal that you've experienced with, or is it from observing the impact of loneliness on health on a wider scale?
Well, Tim, my interest in this initially stemmed from my own personal experience. And I'll tell you a little bit about that, but I'll just say that I think when a lot of people are lonely, they don't realize how common it is. And they can think that it's just them, and somehow their loneliness is evidence that they're just not likable, or evidence of a character flaw or maladjustment. But the reality is that there are a lot of people I came to see in later years who struggle with loneliness, and we're all around each other just in silence and often feeling a bit ashamed of how we feel. For me, the feelings of loneliness began in elementary school. I was a pretty shy kid growing up, and I wanted to hang out with other kids. It wasn't that I wanted to be alone and by myself, but I just had a hard time kind of getting conversations started and breaking in to other cliques and into the in-group. And that persisted for a long time. And I still remember going to elementary school and feeling this pit in my stomach when my parents would drop me off. And I wasn't scared about tests or teachers. I was just worried about going to the cafeteria and not knowing who to sit with. It's funny that how these experiences stick with you for years and years and years, even later in life. For years and years and years, even later in life. For years and years and years, even later in life. For years and years and years, even later in life. It's funny that how these experiences stick with you. For years and years and years, even later in life.